Hey guys, this is your friend Les with another speed build video for you. Today I bring you the Rosemary, and the Rosemary is built on a 40 by 30 lot. It is built on the Garden Essence lot in Willow Creek. By default, there is already a Max's house there, but I took it, I destroyed it, I wrecked it, I burnt it down to the ground because, well, the houses in this neighborhood are just ugly. Last week's speed build video that I did, excuse me, I cannot talk today, that I did was Morning Glory, and I decided, hey, let's spruce up this neighborhood by doing another speed build video in that neighborhood. So if you want, you can have some nicer houses in that neighborhood, and some nicer affordable houses too. The price of this build, this home, the Rosemary, is 95,569 simoleons. It is a little bit more pricier than Morning Glory, and if I remember right, I think it was just a little above 50,000 simoleons. So this one, definitely a little pricier, but definitely affordable. So yeah. So as you can see, the house is, it still has the same blue colors that were used in Morning Glory, and so I'm sticking with the flower theme, and I named it the Rosemary because the rosemary flowers are blue. Alright, so here I'm working on the master bedroom, and I'm just placing a bed, some drawers. Gotta have the drawers so your Sims can choose their outfit, plan their outfit, that sort of thing. But yeah, here I'm doing the paint, and I'm deciding, did I want the carpet? Nope. If anybody knows me well, I went with the wood floors. Because why? Those wood floors are sexy. Yes, they are. But people, get your head out of the gutters. I do not have a fetish for wood flooring. I just think they're awesome, and they look great, and I love using those wood floors in my game and in my builds. But anyways, sorry, I'm feeling a little silly this morning as I'm doing my narration for my speed build video. But back to the master bedroom. I was going to put closets in, and I ended up not doing it because when I did my pre-run, it just took up too much space. The house became too much bigger, and to me, it didn't look too good. So I took them out. So I just kind of gave away my process for my speed build videos. When I decide on a house that I want to build, if I see something that I like, what I do is I sketch the house out itself, and then I do the sketch out the floor plan, and then I pull up my game and I bring it all to life. I don't do any decorating, that sort of thing. I just build it, and I lay out all the rooms, and if it looks good and I decide I'm happy with it, then I bulldoze it, and then I start recording. So that's my process. It's a bit of a long process, but that's how I do it. But anyways, back to the master bathroom here. Put up some mirrors. I knew I wanted a lot of mirrors in the bathroom because it is a master bathroom, and people are usually getting ready at the same time in the bathroom. At least that's always been my experience. So no fighting over who gets to use the mirror first. And right now I'm just putting in an end table, and I had a little bit of trouble deciding which color did I want to use, and I didn't like any of the other ones. So finally I found a color that looked good. It matched the bathroom, and so now I'm just putting up some perfume, some cologne, that sort of thing. Some pretty flowers to spruce up the place, and that's about it for the master bathroom. Now I'm doing the other bathroom, and the nice thing about this bathroom is there's access to it from both of the bedrooms, and you can also access it from the hallway. So if your Sims wake up in the middle of the night and they gotta go pee because they're doing the pee-pee dance in their sleep, they don't have that far to go. So, and now I'm just putting up some decoration. And what am I doing here? Putting up a towel rack. You gotta have a towel rack and a pretty picture. More mirrors again. Yes, I did put up more mirrors. So that is definitely there. And now I'm moving on to the kids' bedroom. And look, I put in a dollhouse this time. I said next time I'll make a room big enough for a dollhouse. And there you go. Now this kid's bedroom, I wanted to make it so that it would work for a boy or a girl. There's some girl stuff in there and there's some boy stuff in there. So I didn't want people to have to go in and change anything if they didn't want to, so they wouldn't be forced to do that. So I think this room turned out to where it could, it could work for a little boy or a little girl. And I have to say, kids' bedrooms, I'm just terrible at decorating kids' bedrooms, and so I need to get better at that. But there's not too many skill objects in here. There is the desk, and I do put down some clay because, it's like crack for the Sims. So I hope your Sims have fun fighting over the clay. And so now I'm just putting up the bunny rabbits, bouncing through the forest, in the woods, that sort of thing. Sorry. Yeah. So there's a desk there so they can do their homework. There's no computer there, that sort of thing. Oh, there went the clay. Yay for clay. But anyways, and that's the kids' bedroom. And let's see here. Do I add anything else? I think no. Yeah. Oh yeah. Add a book bag. Backpack. And so now we're moving on to the second bedroom. And this bedroom, I wanted to do the same thing. I wanted it to, work for either a boy or a girl. And so this, of course, is for teens, or if you have adults in your house, young adults. This room will work for them as well. There's no skill items or anything like that. But I do put in a desk, and I do put in a computer. Oh, there we go with the wood flooring again. But yeah, so yeah, I do put the desk in, and the computer I placed is a chibi computer, and I didn't want to put an expensive one, and because I was trying to be conscious about how the price tag of this house if somebody was to buy it furnished. So it got the cheap computer. It makes a lot of noise, and I didn't realize that until I was playtesting this house last night, because I kept hearing this humming sound, and I'm like, where's this humming sound coming from? And I realized my sim was on the cheap computer, and it was making this humming sound, and it was annoying. So if your family can afford it, sell that cheap computer and get a better one if you want. If you like that humming sound, that's cool too. So, yeah, anyways, so now I'm just finishing up some of the decoration for this room. And I think it turned out pretty nice. And again, unisex, it will work for a boy or a girl, teen or young adult, or adults, or an elder. If you get elders living in your house, that's the room for them. So, anyways, I got this kitchen going on here. This is the little kitchen nook, and it's a pretty small space in there. So I only got the fridge, the stove, and I do place a sink. I don't place anything like a microwave or a coffee pot over there because I didn't want your Sims to become crowded in that small little kitchen space. And so right now I'm just deciding on what paint schemes I want to use. And why I put those walls up, I don't know. Wait, I do know why I put the walls up, because I was doing the paints and I wanted to see what looks good, and I didn't want it to flow into the living room over there, even though in the end I decided I'm going to use the same paint in the dining room and the living room as well, so that way it looks good. It's all one open space. So, and I usually have trouble fighting with paints, finding a paint that looks good with that, because if you use paint that has trim, you got to find something else that matches that trim. So unless you just want to go with the same paint but do a different shade. But I decided to keep it all in that same paint from the dining room out into the living room. And at that point I decided, oh well, let's put in that microwave. And I said, nope, let's put it over here because this is going to be a crowded space. So I do put it over there, as well as a coffee pot. And I do change these cabinets and counters out here in just a minute because I didn't like the way it matched with everything else, like in the dining room. It didn't look good. I thought it was a little too light, so I went with something a little bit darker, and I think it turned out much better. And I know when I went to do this room, I wanted a large dining room table so it could seat more people, and it can sit more people than that. I only put in, let's see, 6 chairs, and so I think we can add 2 more on both sides of the long side of the table. I was going to put in a bar, but I decided to not do that because I didn't like the way it looked over there, and I didn't want to change anything else because I was already happy with how things were set up. And so there we go, changing out the counters and the islands and cabinets one more time to find something that looks much, much better, and I like that much, much better. And the dining room, kitchen, I wanted it to have a country feel to it, and so I put the big hen or rooster picture up so I could, because I knew I wanted to put the rooster or hen, whatever it is, statue on the dining room table, and I got a little end table over there with some cookbooks and some other knickknacks. A bowl of fruit, yes, a bowl of fruit looks nice. I could go for an orange myself. And now I'm just deciding on what kind of lighting I wanted to use in the living room. I thought about wall lighting, and then I decided no, I don't like the wall lighting. And I was trying to lighten up that area there, but I decided to use the same chandeliers that I used in the living room as well, and it lit everything up pretty nicely. And so there is the we got a fireplace in this home, and I'm just putting in the sofa and the chairs, and I take that sofa out, and I think I go with 2 chairs, and I fight with a rug for a little bit here, deciding do I want to put a rug in, and I think ultimately, no, I did use a rug. I did find a rug that I liked. So it just took a little bit of fighting with to get everything positioned right once I decided on a rug that looked good. So yeah, rugs are lots of fun. I think I'm starting to change my hate for curtains over to rugs. So yeah, all right. So I didn't go with that rug. I changed it. Didn't go with that one either. That's the one I went with. I remember. That's the one I went with. And so we're putting in a desk, and I used a more expensive computer here because I didn't want your Sims to have to deal with that humming noise if somebody was trying to watch TV or eating dinner or breakfast over in the dining room, because that humming sound really is annoying. And so you get a nice computer there, and the desk matches the furnishing very nicely. I actually really like that decor. And I decided I didn't like that painting over there, so I moved it, or a picture, or whatever you want to call it. I keep calling it paintings, and it's probably not the case. It's a picture. It's a picture, but I'm going to call it a painting anyways. But yeah, so right now I'm just finishing out the decor. And did I miss the part where I put in the bookcase and the chairs over there by the front door? I thought it was a nice area because your Sims could sit there and read, and they can look out the window, make sure there's no creeper peepers coming up to the windows trying to peek through those windows, that sort of thing. And right now I'm just doing that little hallway that leads out to the bedrooms, and I do put two end tables over there, and I thought it turned out pretty nice, and just looking for more decor items to put in. So those flower pots that I put next to the stereo, I liked them there and I didn't like them there. So I decided, I wanted them like on each end of the sofa there, but the game just didn't like it, and I didn't want to use the MOO Cheats, so I just ended up placing both of them behind the sofa, and I actually liked it a lot better once all was said and done, and I saw it in game, and I thought it looked pretty nice. And so now we're doing the outside. This house does have a swimming pool. Yes, yay! Your Sims can go swimming now. And when I actually first started this house, building this house, I knew I wanted it to have a pool, because this lot, it's more, it's long. It's not. Yeah, I can't think of the word that I'm trying to say. But the lot is long ways, so yeah, I thought it was perfect. I think the default Max's home had a garden right there, and I said, no, there's a garden behind the house if they want to go garden. We're gonna put in a swimming pool, and so now I'm just putting out the lights so we can light up the backyard a bit if your Sims want to swim in the dark or just hang out and listen to the water move in the wind. Does that happen in the game? I'm not sure. And here's the fun part. I said in Morning Glory, I'm going to start doing the edging now on all of them. And so that's what I'm doing, and it was giving me a bit of a problem. So I was like, screw this, you know, I'm going to lay down a bunch of dirt, and then I'm going to go in with my eraser tool and make it look neat. So that's what I did there. And so yeah, I think next after I do the edging, which is so boring for you guys, I do place some trees. I knew I wanted a lot of trees, but not too many trees where it just swallows a lot. And also, if you have a lot of trees on a lot, it can slow your game down a bit because it takes a lot to render those graphics. So there's not too many trees, and no, I didn't get to the trees yet. I'm placing down some flowers, and so I put the flowers in next to the pool there just to make it look a little nicer. I was pretty happy with the way it turned out with for every other flower there's some rocks and that sort of thing. And I put those flowers in. What are those, hydrangeas? I can't remember what they're called, but they were blue and they matched. And put some flowers out on the front. I wanted to put some trees in front of those windows, some small trees. I think there's like an elm tree, but then the tree branches went into the house and you could see it, pop through the walls, and I hate that when that happens. So I didn't put those in, and but I do put some trees on the side, and once I finish with the flowers there, you'll see, there we go, putting in the trees. And I think I put about 3 or maybe 4 trees there. Nope, 3. And then put that one there, and I do put that tree there, and eventually I do add another tree there. I can't remember if it made it on video or not, because there was something else that didn't make it on video. Was I decided that I was going to put in a horseshoe, the horseshoe thing that you can place in game from Granite Falls, and that didn't make it on video. But there is one over by that elm tree that I placed, and I did place a second tree there because I decided also, I wanted to make sure there was a fire pit, because fire pits are cool. That's something that we do like almost every weekend when it's like cold, cooler out. We have some bonfires, and everybody comes over and we listen to music and drink and talk and caught up and that sort of thing. But looks like we're coming to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this speed build video. This is the Rosemary. It's a 40 by 30 lot built originally on Garden Essence in Willow Creek. It's 95,569 simoleons, which isn't too bad. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.